So this is today's project. What this sketch is a sketch of a roller for a conveyor. It turns at fairly low RPMs, 150, 200 RPMs. It needs to be made slightly convex, which means it'll be a little bit thicker here in the center section than on the outside. And by a little bit, I mean, you know, we're talking less than 1/8 of an inch. And that just helps the belt track. Again, I'm not a machinist or a pro by any means, so if any pros or machinists are watching, they're probably going to laugh or maybe even cringe as I attempt to make this roller. But I'm learning and got to start somewhere. So let's get to it. So here's a piece of 1/4 inch plate I cut. Took a center punch, used a hole cutter. It's quite a bit oversized. What my plan is to drill a hole here, get everything chucked up in the lathe, and spin the edge down to my exact size I need to fit inside my like the barrel of the roller. So here we are, I got 2 plates, which will make the ends of my roller. What I'm going to do is chuck these up in the lathe. I've actually got a little device that will hold these in the center. I'll take them to the right dimension on the outside, and then I will flip them and hold them in the chuck of the lathe on the outside while I get my inside bore the correct size. Here's the final piece, the pipe. So now I'm going to start machining my pieces. So here's the setup. These plates, when I cut them with my plasma cutter, I center punch a hole in the center and then cut around it, so they're fairly handy. So I actually use that center punch hole to poke a hole through these plates, as you see me do in the iron worker. Then I put them on a bolt, and the bolt I spin in the lathe to get the outside where I need it. And I'm sure any of you that are machinists are probably cringing, because I know this is not an accurate way to really do this, but what I then plan to do is re-clamp this in the vise. I will spin my jaws around, clamp it on the outside to bore the center out. So that should get us fairly handy. This roller is only going to spin 150, 200 RPMs at the most. It's on a little conveyor, so it should be adequate for this job. So here we are, I've got these all to size. They're actually 5/6 thou smaller. Many of you guys are familiar with pipe. It's not perfectly round, so these are a little bit undersized so they will fit in the pipe. So now what I need to do is flip the jaws over on the chuck, get these put back in with no bolt in, and get the center machined to size. So here we are, I've got my plate in, all tightened up. What I've done is I've got my drill chuck in here, and I'm using a hole saw to remove a bunch of extra material in here just to save time. I'm gonna open it up quite a bit. That's a 3/4 hole, 1 3/8 hole saw, which still should leave me enough to play with to get it real close so it fits nice and tight and true on the shaft. 7/16 is 1.4375. We're at 1.480. I guess that's upside down, but you still get what I'm saying. So getting close. I'm just gonna sneak up on it. So here I am. I'm gonna weld these plates to the inner shaft and try my darndest to get it as square as I can, which is going to be almost impossible, but it won't have to be dead perfect for this project anyway. So now I'm going to let my shaft and the plates cool off, and my plan is to set it right on down through. So because this is a piece of just ordinary pipe, it's actually got a seam in it. So what I've done on the shaft is made 2 little clearances in my plates to account for that seam. So I should be able to slide it down in, center it up, weld the ends in, and then put the whole assembly on the lathe to shape it. So just to show you the shaft, here it is. I've got my notches lined up here, and I'm gonna try and see if I can get it down inside that pipe. Here it is back on the lathe, all one piece, just straightening the ends up. So this here is the finished product. I'm quite disappointed really with the way it turned out. I got a whole lot of chatter when it came to machining here. I think what's happened, I didn't have a steady rest that could actually clamp around the pipe, so I had to clamp around the shaft. And I think it was flexing as we were trying to make cuts. And it's really quite disappointing. I'd never ever sell this to a customer, but this is for our own use here. We're not a fully equipped machine shop. We're working at it, and I'm learning too. But anyway, this is a finished product. And that's all there is to it. Tune in next time, and hopefully we'll have something better, and hopefully the results will be better. Thanks. And if any of you guys have some tips for me, hey, I'd appreciate it. I say I'm learning, willing to learn. So yeah, any useful information would be great. Thanks. Have a good day.